The heavyweight division is a mess. But whose fault is it? The UFC has had one undisputed heavyweight title fight in almost 1,000 days.
It's the most important title in all of combat sports.
Dana White has called the shots for the past 20 years, and although most of his decisions backfired, the division itself seems cursed. That history includes Randy Couture being stripped due to a contract dispute, reign-ending failed drug test for Josh Barnett and Tim Sylvia, and Frank Mir vacating the title after a life-threatening motorcycle crash. The past 2 years have been even more extreme.
Why doesn't everybody just shut the f*** up and let me do what I've been doing for the last 20 years?
I teamed up with award-nominated MMA journalist Nolan King to dig through fight archives and years of reporting to uncover how the most important division of the sport turned into a complete disaster.
There's a much deeper story to this whole thing.
And it starts a split second before things went sideways. The year's 2018. For a brief moment, everyone agreed on one thing.
I think Stipe is the best of all time.
I think the best heavyweight that we've seen is the current heavyweight champion.
If you look at what Stipe has managed to do in his career, he's defended the title more than anybody. Knocked out Fabricio Verdun, was one of the best ever. He knocked out Alistair Overeem.
But by then, Stipe is already 38 years old. He also lacks the star power that sells fights. So the UFC starts placing its chips on who they think will be their next big star.
Francis Ngannou!
Undefeated in 6 UFC fights, every single one ending by knockout or submission. But what made him truly unique was his story. His first opponent was poverty. He started working in a Cameroonian sand mine at the age of 10 years old before he fled on a 4,500 miles journey to France so he could pursue his dream of boxing. Boxing was the dream. Keep that in mind. I made a video about his entire journey right here if you want to dive deeper, but bottom line, his story sells itself.
Yeah, I think this guy's gonna be a rock star globally.
The title fight is announced, but someone isn't happy with the way the UFC is promoting it.
You believe the UFC wants him to win?
Honestly, yeah, for sure. Listen, I feel disrespected, but I'm not gonna dwell on it.
Why do you feel like they want him to win over you?
You know, he's got more hype behind him, I guess. They're making a big thing about it.
Francis Ngannou has the world record for the most powerful punch. His punch is the equivalent of getting hit by a Ford Escort going as fast as it can. Holy shit.
But behind the scenes, a break happened between Francis and Dana.
Someday I'll tell you the story. Francis was like, I was all about Francis in the beginning, and then I found out who Francis was.
According to a Harvard business case study on Francis, he asked the UFC for $500,000 plus pay-per-view points. Now, challengers usually don't get a share of pay-per-view, so the UFC said no at first, but eventually caved.
The UFC has taken a very keen interest in Francis for obvious reasons. Do you ever feel like maybe the UFC wouldn't mind seeing another big Francis knockout in Boston?
Well, I think everyone does, but it ain't gonna happen.
Stipe dominates the fight and wins by unanimous decision. He then takes the belt from Dana and hands it to his coach, letting him wrap it around his waist instead. A clear message to the UFC. At the post-fight press conference, the narrative starts to shift around Francis.
Francis took off the last 2 weeks of training and went to France, and everybody was curious why he did it and why he was going there. Didn't even really train for that fight. And you see the results.
Things get worse 7 months later when Francis loses to Derek Lewis.
I thought he was going to be the next guy. I think his ego ran away with him. Big time. I can tell you that his ego absolutely did run away with him.
Stipe goes on to win a trilogy against DC. But while it's happening, an unexpected call-out shakes up the division.
I feel like I really want to fight Stipe Miocic.
Failed drug tests, arrests, court case after court case.
In his professional life, he's amazing. In his personal life, not so much.
There were moments in my career where I felt like Dana absolutely hated me. And
there's no doubt here, Jon Jones is a multiple-time screw-up.
You know, I forgive Dana White for any insults he might have given me. And
has he frustrated you as much as anyone you've ever dealt with?
The most.
Now, I made 2 documentaries on Jon Jones already. You can watch them right here.
Can you stop doing that?
Doing what?
Always plugging videos or sponsors. It's annoying.
Well, what should I do?
Stick to the story, dude.
All right, so Jon Jones was about to fight Dominic Reyes.
Stop. You already killed the vibe. Might as well tell him about the new channel.
I started a new channel. It's called Mighty History.
Tell him what it's about, dummy.
It's about history, but it's illustrated with AI.
You heard that, motherfucker?
The first video is already out. It's about how Nero burned Rome while playing the fiddle.
Whoa, 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 whoa! I totally did not do that.
Well, you guys can watch the video to find out for yourself. The link is in the description.
Pat, this is an MMA video. People don't give a about ancient Rome, all right?
Yeah, well, if you're not interested in history, you don't have to check it out.
And everybody hates AI.
They do?
Big time.
Well, if you hate AI, then definitely don't check it out.
Wow. You've really sold this thing, huh? Good job, champ.
Thanks.
You think they'll watch our video?
No.
Oh, well. Back to Jon Jones.
Heavyweight, right? This is what everyone wants. They want to see you go to heavyweight. What are the chances, if all goes well on February 8th, that your next fight is at heavyweight?
There's a really good chance.
Really?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
After a close fight with Dominic Reyes, Jones' dominance starts to look uncertain.
Going into the last round, I had Dominic Reyes 3-1 going into the last round.
At the same time, Francis is back on a knockout streak, so Jones calls out Francis.
Is Jon Jones going to go in and fight Francis Ngannou?
To fight Francis, Jones asked for an unprecedented amount of money.
Told my lawyer he wants what Deontay Wilder was paid. I think it was $30 million. And for the amount of money he's asking for, it's not going to happen.
In response, Jon Jones vacates the light heavyweight title.
He dropped a bombshell on us. Where do we go with Jon Jones from here? I mean, it sounds like heavyweight's inevitable at this point.
Yeah, when he's ready to fight, he'll let us know.
Jones will be out 3 years, while Francis gets a second title shot.
Two of the biggest, baddest dudes in the heavyweight division ever right here on the stage.
Undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Francis the Predator Ngannou.
He looked damn good. He looked incredible, man. Obviously, you saw a lot of things from him tonight that we hadn't seen from him in the past. Scary. If I'm Jon Jones and I'm home watching this fight, I start moving to 85.
He said, go to 185. I didn't gain all this weight for no reason.
I like it. All he's got to do is pick up the phone and call Hunter, and we can get the deal done. We can make that fight tonight, John. Call Hunter right now. Call Hunter right now.
What many fans think Dana White does behind the scenes is what Hunter Campbell's job is.
Dana White is the president. Hunter Campbell's like the GM, right? He's the one who makes the deals. He's the one who's negotiating, right? He's chief legal counsel, but he's really doing like the day-to-day deals.
With only one fight remaining to his contract, the priority of the UFC was to re-sign Francis before losing leverage, or before any other rival promotion could start a bidding war. Here were Francis's demands: the right to have in-cage sponsors, health insurance for all fighters, a fighter advocate present in board meetings, and most importantly, the freedom to box outside of the UFC. Something the UFC once did with Conor McGregor.
Did they consider any of those things? Any of those kind of off the beaten path? None of them?
No.
Not a single one?
Oh, no. They say no, they don't do business like that.
But time is on the side of the UFC. Their contract has what is called a championship clause, which extends any contract by a year once a fighter becomes a champion.
Would you be willing to fight again under that contract? It extends for a year.
No.
So the UFC offers him a fight on a short turnaround that he turns down. That gives the UFC more time because of the extension clause.
I figured out that something wasn't right because they sent out the extension letter.
Basically, if a fighter turns down a fight for any reason,
they extend your contract by 6 months typically, right?
Yeah.
Since he won the title, Francis has now been extended for an additional 18 months.
Because they wanted you to sign a new deal.
They wanted me to fight.
You didn't want to sign a new deal. You wanted to fight your contract down and renegotiate.
I wanted to fight my contract down.
So they were slowing things down.
They were slowing things down.
As the ultimate power move, Hunter Campbell books an interim title fight barely 4 months after Francis won the belt.
I just saw the interim title get announced.
You can't get a better fight than this. You know, you have Derek Lewis, the guy who beat Francis Ngannou, taking on the undefeated up-and-comer, and whoever wins, they can fight Francis.
Where the hell did this come from?
Another short-term decision with no lack of care for the long-term consequences.
I don't know if I've seen a more criticized decision for the UFC in recent memories.
This seems to be a shock to everybody, including Francis Ngannou.
It was shocking and funny at the same time.
I responded to his manager. He was saying we were shocked by this. I said, that's a bunch of bullshit. You knew this was coming if we didn't get a deal done.
What's bothering me is the fact that to promote that fight, they were trying to discredit me and pretend like...
If you don't want to fight, no problem. fly around the world, go on vacations, and do whatever the hell you want to do.
Or if you want to go in vacation, treat yourself. When you want to fight, we are here.
And when you're ready to fight, we'll be here.
No, I want to fight. And I wasn't in the vacation. It's just to discredit me, control the narrative. I mean, I don't have no problem if they want to do the interim. Just do your interim without sabotage me.
You made it clear, obviously, the next fight is the unification fight. Francis Ngannou is next. Francis came out this week and said it's been radio silence from the UFC. He hasn't heard anything. So
there's nothing to hear. He wasn't fighting this weekend. What was there to hear?
Unfortunately for the UFC, during all that time he was waiting, Francis actually took a closer look at his contract, and he read that clause. The agreement cannot be extended for more than 5 years beyond its starting date. Many thought the extensions would supersede the termination date, but Francis and his lawyers were sure.
He cannot pass 5 years.
You're certain of that?
The contract says that, not me.
Okay, so you will be done. The contract will be over December of 2022.
Time was now on Francis's side. His contract is about to expire.
will it be a priority to get that done quickly, you think, as fast as you can?
Yeah. We'll want to get it done as soon as possible.
The UFC starts throwing millions at Francis.
We offered Francis a deal that would have made him the highest paid heavyweight in the history of the company. More than Lesnar, more than anybody. And he turned the deal down.
And that's why I couldn't sign a contract, because there was just more money in it. What about the long term?
Francis takes the biggest gamble of his career, betting all his negotiating power on his next fight. Win, and he controls his future. Lose, and everything slips away.
That's the heavyweight champion of the world, seriously betting on himself. So there's a lot at stake for Francis, a lot at stake for the UFC.
Do you think this is unfair, that people are kind of speculating where your mind is at going into this fight?
Fair or unfair, yeah, we are, and we're gonna have to do what we are doing. I didn't call this, I didn't make this happen, so I have to deal with it. That's my job.
I noticed Mick Maynard put the belt on you and not Dana. Was that at your request? You didn't want Dana to do that, or why did that happen?
I don't know. You have to ask him.
For anybody to think that I was showing any type of disrespect toward Francis, I saw Francis all week, you idiots. You know, we've been working on a new agreement with Francis for like 2 years now. I think Francis is in a place right now where he doesn't want to take a lot of risk. Feels like he's in a good position where he could fight lesser opponents and make more money. So we're gonna let him do that. We're gonna release him from his contract. We're gonna give up our right to match, and he can go wherever he wants and do whatever he wants.
Francis is a free man. The UFC turns to Plan B.
What's going on, Las Vegas?
He's finally back. Jon Jones taking on Cyril Gane in the vacant, undisputed heavyweight title.
The greatest fighter that the UFC has ever seen.
I can't ever remember energy like that when an athlete hit the stage. Shades of Conor McGregor. And of course, we have the consensus greatest of all time now fighting for that prize.
It's time!
To even compare Francis Ngannou or Cyril Gane to Jon Jones, you can't even compare him to this guy. Anybody deny this guy is the GOAT anymore? I don't think anybody would deny it. Not only is he the greatest light heavyweight ever, he looks like the greatest heavyweight ever too. So I don't know if there is another level. I think he is the level. He's a total freak of nature, and he's the best ever. The guy is unbelievable, man. He really is.
One thing I know about the UFC is we give the fans what they want to see. Stipe Miocic, you're the greatest heavyweight of all time, and that's what I want.
But what the world really wants is a fight between Jones and Francis.
Do you have a response to Francis Ngannou referring to himself?
Francis is a big old put.
I want to announce you that I'm officially partnering up with the PFL. This is the best business decision I have ever done.
PFL's going to pay this guy to train for a boxing match that may not even happen and that they might not even be involved in. How does that make any sense?
With this move, the PFL and its founder, Don Davis, send a clear signal to every single UFC fighter.
I'm a top fighter. Do I like the UFC? Do I want to check out the PFL? I have two choices, and I used to only think I had one.
First of all, the PFL should keep the UFC out of their mouth. They can't even deal with Power Slap. Power Slap destroys PFL.
The promotional fight is on. Is the greatest heavyweight in the world competing in the UFC, or in PFL.
What's up, everybody? UFC President Dana White here. For the heavyweight championship of the world, Jon Jones, the greatest mixed martial artist of all time, will defend his title against the greatest heavyweight of all time, former champ Stipe Miocic.
4 days later, another announcement goes viral.
Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou.
Francis Ngannou, I know you're out of contract with the UFC. You want to earn some big boy money? Come see the Gypsy King.
And we're gonna find out who is the baddest motherfucker on the planet.
Are you making more for this fight than you made in your entire UFC career?
100% yes. It's day and night. I mean, it's life-changing.
That's the bullshit publicly that people believe, but that's not the truth.
Okay, so he would have made more. Okay.
Total bullshit. He would have made more money if he stayed in the UFC. So he didn't want to fight Jon Jones. That's a fact.
Everyone said he was an idiot for walking away from the UFC, and now all of a sudden he's a genius, isn't he? Guy's about to make $10 million. Come on!
Ngannou defies the odds. Although Fury scrapes the win by split decision, Francis knocks him down in the third round.
Francis isn't a good guy. Plays the good guy. I don't understand the language, and so he seems like he's a nice guy. He's not, and he's just not a guy that I wanted to be in business with. I was going to cut Francis when he lost 2 in a row. I was going to cut him.
10 seconds.
Shot in a double leg dive, a move that I've been doing since middle school, and my shoulder just popped.
I got the results.
What is it?
You're out 6 months to a year. You got to go have surgery.
You're lying.
I swear on my life, full tear.
With Jones out for a year, the UFC has to set up another interim fight.
So here's the thing with the interim. If we do Aspinall and Pavlovich, it's the legitimate fight with the 2 best young heavyweights in the world.
Enters the future of the division. The new future of the division. Tom Aspinall.
I'm trying to be the best heavyweight walking the face of the earth. I'm not trying to be comfortable, so...
Avoiding trash talk, drama, and legal troubles, Aspinall was the opposite of Jones, but he still had star power, especially in the UK.
I've been working my whole life for this. I've been involved with martial arts since I was 8 years old.
The moment has arrived for Thomas Paul Aspinall. First UFC championship opportunity. Oh, that'll do it! Tom Aspinall has done it! He is the UFC interim heavyweight champion of the world!
I think we should do Tom Aspinall versus Jon Jones in Manchester.
Wait, just saying hello. Just saying hello. We're going to do this thing. I would hope so. I would love to, man. I would hope so. Respect, man. All the best. Respect. All the best. We'll do a quick picture. Sure. Yeah? Let's get it. A face-off. No, just no, okay.
If you're going to be waiting for Jon Jones, you might be waiting a while because he may not come back till who knows. Is that something you're prepared to do, wait as much as a year or more to get
No, I don't want to wait a year. I definitely don't want to wait a year.
The fight between Jon and Stipe is announced once again. A fight that nobody wants. Jones hasn't fought in 18 months. Stipe in more than 3 years.
Jon Jones fights and beats Stipe. If he wins, I think he fights Aspinall. The winner should absolutely fight Tom. But Jon Jones is the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. Definition of you guys the best to ever fight in a fucking Jon period. Always been willing to fight everybody, and that's a fact.
There's been all this talk about the future, whether or not you would fight Tom Aspinall.
I have some conversations to have with Dana and Hunter. We have some negotiating to do. And if everything goes right, maybe we'll give you guys what you want to see.
From day one, I've been confident that Jon Jones would do that fight.
I would love to fight Jon Jones, mate. Fight Jon Jones for it, that would be pretty cool. I'm going to fight Jon Jones, man.
Hey, I'm not going to do this interview. You don't want to do it? No, because it's going to be an Aspinall fest. I'm not going to. Let's go.
Would you guarantee 100% we see that fight?
Yeah. I'll say 100%.
I had a meeting with Dana.
Listen, Jon Jones definitely wants to fight. Just when and where is what we're working on now.
And he literally walked into the room and said, it's happening.
He says he wants you money. I imagine Dana will pay him you money, won't it?
I would imagine so.
Because that's what happened with the Francis Ngannou fight in 2020. He threw out a massive number. He said, I want Deontay Wilder numbers.
Yep.
They said no, and then the fight fizzled.
What would it take to fight Tom Aspinall?
I'll see you guys later.
That's it.
He gave them a price tag. He said, I'll do it for this number.
What number?
I believe it's in the $30 million range. They eventually got to the $30 million. Jon said he was in.
Jon Jones was offered the deal and accepted the deal.
Does that mean Jon Jones has agreed?
I don't think so, but I think I don't know what in all honesty, Jon Jones is like, nobody knows what he's doing, even the UFC.
But he hasn't signed a contract, right?
Right.
And then 2 days later, 3 days later, whatever, he said, nah, on second thought, I'm out. And once he said he was out, he was never back in.
It's done, but it's not done.
There is nowhere that you can find publicly, nowhere, him saying that he will fight me.
If there were to be a fight legacy worth it, it would be Alex Pereira.
Do you have a cut-off point in your mind of when to get that?
No, it's going to happen. It's. I guarantee you, this fight's going to happen. This fight's going to happen. Fight's going to happen.
Not a chance. I will retire Jon Jones without even fighting him.
Jon Jones called us last night and retired. Jon Jones is officially retired. Tom Aspinall is the heavyweight champion of the UFC.
First and foremost, are you retired?
I am not retired. I'm actively training 5 days a week, and I'm in the UFC's drug testing pool.
All right, now, UFC 321, October 25th, Tom Aspinall will face Cyril Gane. Aspinall has 15 wins, and all of them are by finish. Gane is the #1 ranked heavyweight.
Did I mention to you guys that Jon Jones is the greatest of all time?
Man, that was cinema.